Hey, welcome back to Coffee Time. In today's episode, we discuss just about anything. Much more of a freelance episode today, so I hope you guys enjoy that style of content. In today's activity, we tell each other sayings that don't exist, which is also quite fun. Evan is coming down with a cold, unfortunately. We also discuss my dry hands and soft lips, some audio issues, and plenty of other content for you guys. We hope you guys enjoy today's episode. Make sure to stick through the video to see the different segments from each of us. And we hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to Coffee Time. Today, we're discussing anything.
Yeah.
Today's more of a freelance episode. Can talk about some stories and just kind of whatever. But we're gonna start off with what Evan is drinking. What are you drinking?
Me?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that
sure,
guy right
gee,
there.
Thank you. So I'm drinking honey chamomile tea
Oh my gosh.
with honey. I know, pretty
Unreal.
amazing.
Unreal.
It's basically like I'm gonna try not to like the whole episode because like my throat's a little dry. Every time winter comes around, man, it's like let me suck all the moisture out of your body and just kill you. That's what winter tries to do to me. So this honey chamomile tea is helping me not die today.
Wow. That must be quite the battle every year.
Yes, I become a raisin.
Wow.
Yeah. My
So
hands
you're
are
just like a worse
dry.
version of yourself.
And I don't use lotion. I have a thing against
He has a
commercial
thing.
products.
He does.
So I don't do lotion or chapstick because your body becomes dependent on them. And then it doesn't produce enough of its own natural hydration, and you end up just needing to use lotion and chapstick for the rest of your life.
I am a person who does use lotion and chapstick. I have soft lips and not very soft hands, but I use lotion because my hands will crack out if I don't. Because
It's because you use
I think
lotion.
it's just because work. You're so stupid.
My hands don't crack.
Well, are you working with drywall and water every single day of your life?
Oh yeah,
You're a liar.
every day. No, but I work with oil, cars.
That's like straight up
Look how beautiful
lubricant.
those. Oh my gosh, you're stupid.
Okay, I am drinking pumpkin spice tea. It's local, so it doesn't really have a. I don't know the brand.
Ooh, spooky
What?
cup.
It's a ghost.
It looks like a pumpkin.
It's a pumpkin.
A pumpkin ghost.
It's a coast.
Oh.
Oh, and now, Evan, I want you to give me a little itsy bitsy life update.
Life update.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I work, eat, sleep every day.
Whoa.
I know it's pretty
too.
crazy.
Me too.
I know. So I like this. Was it yesterday? Dude, my brain is broken. It was 2 days ago. Because today's Saturday.
Busted.
Dude, the time change has eliminated a day from my week. So I've always thought it was like the next day. So today does feel like Saturday finally. But yesterday felt like Saturday, and the day before that felt like Friday, and the day before that felt like Thursday, and the day before that was Wednesday, but it wasn't, it was Tuesday. But on Thursday,
Wow.
in the real world? The real Thursday, I helped out at like a legacy banquet. So the Legacy Pregnancy Resource Center here in Sheridan did their fundraising banquet. So I helped with sound, which is always fun because I get to.
Yeah.
They always bring in like an actual band, like like people you hear on the radio band. Can I get a run sound for?
Oh, Evan, your audio just cut out on me. I hear. Oh. Gosh.
Yes, just fine.
Oh, there you are. You're good.
Is it you?
No.
Is it your headset?
No.
My OBS, like, little bar thing is the same. I think.
Talk again?
Talking again.
Okay. All right, we're good. Let's resume.
But I don't want it to be, like, crackly the whole time and... Testing 1, 2, baby. Come home with me.
Baby.
All right. Shall we resume?
Yes.
Anyways.
Anyways.
Coming back to the non-microphone malfunction. Yes. I got to run sound for Love and the Outcome. And they were super nice people from Canada who moved to Nashville.
Canada?
Yep. So.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, that was good. And then,
yeah.
Random side story. I like barely shaved, right? Like I don't even shave. I like use a little buzzer razor thingy. I don't know what they call it. I don't know. I don't have an
like
actual
an electric razor.
Electric razor, but I use a guard so that I don't take all of it off because then I look stupid. I think I like just a little bit there, a little bit of texture makes my face look.
That looks stupid.
It looks better. Barely, right? Like I can't grow a beard or nothing. And so I like cleaned it up on the bottom, bring it up to the chin, and then I like clean the cheeks up just a little bit, and then I just evenly buzzed everything else. And like people all day yesterday, did you shave your beard? I'm like, first off, I can't grow a beard.
I don't have a beard.
And like, I brought it up to my friend. I was like, I like barely cleaned up my beard. And then someone else walks into the room. They're like, did you clean up your beard? I was like, or not clean up.
Like it was like overgrown.
I know. It's like, well, it doesn't change like how I even look when it's just like a little bit longer.
Right.
Crazy.
That is weird.
Yeah. So apparently people were really focusing on me yesterday.
They
like
just love
really looking at me yesterday. Yeah.
Just want to see that beautiful face of yours.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like same as you. I can only grow like hair like under my chin.
Oh, under. See, I got
like yeah, you get some like I get up here, right here, my mustache, and then under my chin. So I can only grow neck beard. So I really do not like it. So I shave pretty often. And sometimes I'll keep the stash around for a while, but sometimes it just has to get out of here.
Get out of here. Dude, I shaved off my mustache like, I don't know. It's been a long time ago. I hated it so much.
I don't mind shaving off my mustache. Sometimes I will end up looking like a fish. For just first impression. Second I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, whoa. But it's like I like the mustache where it's at right now, but then sometimes it'll grow and then I look like a man that drives a van. It's like it's hard to get past that point to where the mustache will actually look okay. Yeah, you know what I mean?
You got to grow it like to the lip crease. Then you don't get that. Dude, and it's got to be thick. But not long. Because if it's long, then you really like... Is he from the 80s or is he trying to steal people in vans with free candy? There's like... That's the line.
Yeah.
Just go full handlebar. Just... No. Handlebars go down. You can like grab them like handlebars.
Like a door handle.
No. Like like a motorcycle. Like
like a
like
motorcycle.
on each side, like a
That
bike.
makes sense. Yeah. Wait, what's the swirly one called then?
That's like the Captain Hook thing,
Oh, the Captain Hook stash, of course.
like the pirate.
How could
stash.
How could I have mistaken that for anything else?
I don't know.
Anyways, my update is that I went to North Carolina for a week.
Yeah. And it was horrible, apparently.
The worst thing I've ever done. I'm just kidding. It was actually really fun. I helped my parents. They bought this really big, beautiful house. It's not humongous, but it's a very gorgeous house. But they wanted to redo the whole interior, so I got a whole room done, sanded, painted, ceilings painted, walls painted, corners caulked, painted, flooring down, dude. I put down flooring.
What? What room
Someone
did you
say
finish?
I'm a master craftsman. They had built this like whole the guest bedroom on the entryway.
Cool.
So my dad built this room and he drywalled it all and mudded it. I ended up sanding it all, which here in Wyoming, every wall is textured.
Yep.
In North Carolina, all walls are flat finish. So I had to learn how to flat finish a wall, which was really interesting. But not too hard, not too bad. So
Not too bad.
got her done, baby.
Good.
Anyways, shall we move on to an activity?
I'm into the activities.
Yeah. Today we are going to be telling each other we're going to be saying things we're going to be saying things that don't exist.
Yes.
Nailed it. This is not an original.
No, it's definitely stolen from a podcast that we saw on Reels.
Instagram. And we will shout it out on the screen right here if I can find the original creator.
I sent you the video in the DMs.
I will
way up top. But I don't know if I think that wasn't the original creator either.
Exactly. So if we can find it, we'll shout him out. If not, just know that it's not our idea. Do you want to go first, Evan?
So these are sayings that don't exist.
These are sayings that don't exist. These are like the don't put all your apples in one basket.
Right.
Those kind of sayings.
Fly by the seat of your pants.
Is it this? Fly by the seat, as in like
seat.
I wonder if that's like a saying to like the threads of your pants.
Well, isn't the seat of your pants like the back pockets? Like the rear.
Like where you would sit.
So you're flying by the seat. I don't know.
You're flying by your hind end.
Hind end. Wherever your hind end takes you.
That's a great saying. See?
Yeah.
Wherever your hind end takes you.
So I'm using this envelope. You'll see it on here.
Don't flash your address, please.
It's fine. The address on there is okay. That can be seen. It's not mine.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay.
All right. So am I starting?
First. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to do my good one up top. We're going to save that one for later. So I got to say, I wrote these all kind of together. Okay. So my first one is like, slow down in your work zone.
Okay.
Like someone's going through like a big change in their life. And they just like feel like they need to be at the end of it already. And it's like, no. Slow down in your work zone. Take your time, get it done right. Make sure it's good. And everyone's safe on the way, you know.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's actually a really good one.
Thank you.
Mine is thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mine's more of a current generation kind of saying that I think you could use.
Pull out the young card.
Not everything's a top 10 list, meaning that some things are just good on their own.
No competition.
No competition.
So this one, after reevaluating it, I'm not sure about it, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Stop chasing what's behind the glass. Like, you're always looking at, like, because it's good to chase things. Like, it's good to have, like, a goal, right? Like, I need to try to achieve this thing. But, like, when you're chasing only what's behind the glass and forgetting about what's, like, right next to you, then you start to lose some focus on friends and family. So stop chasing only what's behind the glass.
I see.
Yeah.
I like that one. That's good.
Thank you.
That is good. Good job, Evan.
Thanks. Pat me on the back. Stroke my ego.
So no.
No. No.
No, thank you. So I have 3 more. I'm gonna do my next not so good one, and then I'll do my last 2, which I think are my best.
Okay.
A double knotted shoelace does not mean you won't trip.
Oh.
Meaning that just because you think that you are secure doesn't mean that an outside source couldn't trip you up.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
So I only have one. Uno más. One more.
Uno más. Okay. That's okay.
But it's don't put your lights on a dying tree. Like, sometimes the thing that you're trying to keep beautiful, that you're trying to, like, I'm just gonna keep light on it. Just needs to die. It needs to go to the fire pit. You know, it needs to go away. And you need to put your lights on something new, something fresh. Just don't put your lights on a dying tree.
Okay, I like that one. Like a dying, like, Christmas tree. We're talking Christmas.
Well, I mean, it could be
Ish.
It's a metaphor for all life, but yes.
I like it. Okay, that's good. I like that one. And then at the end here, we'll go over who thinks what your favorite one is of mine and what my favorite one was yours.
Bet.
Favorite one of. Okay. Carpet is soft until you step on the tack strip.
Oh.
Meaning that just because you're in a comfortable place and everything seems comfortable doesn't mean that it couldn't turn for the worse.
Depression.
And then scars aren't scabs. Ooh. Don't open a wound that's already healed.
That's a good one.
Thank you. That's probably my best.
That actually might be my favorite.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
And I think the light one was my favorite.
Okay. I had another one that my coworker mentioned, but it wasn't really a saying like that. It was like, I was like, so we're doing sayings that don't exist. She's like, well, I have one that, like, there was this guy, we were somewhere, and this guy came in, and he looked kind of like, well, he looked like he was 40 miles of bad road.
Whoa, dude, that's great.
That's good, but it wasn't like, it's not like a saying. It's like, I don't know.
That's like an insult.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Dude, you're looking like 40 miles of bad road right now.
My goodness, you all right?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do insults on another episode.
Ooh, okay. I just needed to mention insults that just in case they listen. I don't think they will. But
no, they'll never know. Yeah. So, as you know, this is a basically Freelancers episode. We're just talking, telling stories, chatting about our lives.
Hello, everyone. This isn't a Drew's Clues, but this will just be a little segment from England, updating you guys on some crazy stories for the episode. I figured I'd pitch in a little bit. I have 3 crazy stories to share with you. One is about a secret, one is about a creature, and the other is about a face, which are unrelated. They're all unrelated. But here's the first one. We'll talk about the creature first. I have wandered out into the field, very far in that direction, somewhere. There's a large tree, not that one, but further back onto the field. You have to go through a gate to get to it. And I was up there with a group, and I took a picture of the tree. Beautiful tree. We call it the Joshua tree. The stars were out, so I was able to get a long exposure photo, and it was just beautiful. But because the stars were behind the tree, everything, including the branches, was like a silhouette in the foreground. And there's the shape of something sitting on the tree. Almost looks like a really big bat, but I didn't notice it when I took the picture. Fast forward about a month, around Halloween, very beginning of November, I go out to the campfire, and we have a bonfire for a English holiday that I can't remember the name of. So we walk down the loop, and you know what? While I'm outside, I can actually go ahead and show you. We walk down the loop, way out that way, and it follows all the way down that way, kind of towards there, and a little further back, towards the Joshua tree, actually. Lots of woods, lots of open pasture, lots of sheep. And as I'm walking on the trail, part of their holiday is they launch fireworks and blow them up. It was so cloudy, though, that the fireworks would explode over the clouds, and so it just sounded like bombshells going off. But as I'm walking along the path, I start recording. I have my flashlight. I'm walking alone. It's maybe about a half-mile walk there. So I'm just clicking my flashlight on and off so I can see if I'm going to step in puddles, so I can see where the sheep grates are, the things which catch the sheep to keep them from falling in, stuff like that. I'm walking along, clicking my flashlight on and off, and I'm recording, and I turn to the side to record the sound of the bombshells because I thought I might capture the light. I didn't. And so I turn back and continue walking and point the camera at the bonfire, which I can see through the woods now. And that was that. I had a good time that night. But when I watched the video again to send it to Ian, there was something at the end. I noticed that aside from the sound of the bombshells, there was the sound of something that was like running or like breathing heavily behind me. And as I turned my camera around, just something passes the screen. Like that's the silhouette of just like a face, red, with two little dots like for the eyes. Just came right across the screen. And so that was freaky. There was no one behind me for like half a mile because I'd already gone so far before the next group came. And so there's something around, I feel like. Either someone's pranking me or there's just like bats. So yeah, there's a creature out here and I haven't found it yet and I haven't seen it since. I kind of don't want to. Ian will stitch in the video when I'm describing it so you guys can kind of see what I saw. Second crazy story. I talked about a big duck. So this place called York. We had a trip there a few weeks ago. I personally didn't go, but a lot of the students did. And what I found out is that York is somewhat famous for an abnormally tall duck. Ian will also put the picture of that in the episode here. It's like an abnormally large duck, maybe like 3 feet tall or something absurd. But York is famous for it, and that duck has been missing since May, and like all of York is in mourning for that duck. And this is actually kind of cool. Sometimes we get trains that come by, which is cool. Anyways, yeah, the giant duck in York. His name is actually Longboy. They named him Longboi. It's an actual thing. And York was just famous for this duck, but it's been missing since May, and they've been so sad about it. And I wonder if that has anything to do with the creature that I kept seeing. So, yeah, I found out about that. It just seemed absolutely unbelievable, but it's true. There's like a really, really freakishly tall duck. So there's some weird animals in England. And then the third crazy story, the third crazy story is of secrets that I've been finding around the castle. So the first one was a secret attic room in the hallway between my room, number 40, and room number 39, right across from us. Apparently there's a bunch of stuff from old students stuck up in there, like notes and different messages and things like that. I've been finding similar things throughout the castle, and it's so big that there's so many different areas that you can look that you wouldn't think to look. There's still a lot of rooms I haven't been in. But I was sitting under the stairs one time, and it's a really big stairwell in the main hall. And I looked to the right, and what I thought was just a wooden decoration on the wall, because it's a nice place, is an old door. And so I go to try and open it, and it doesn't have a handle. I go to look through the keyhole, and I can't see anything. So I'm like, oh, it probably just doesn't move at all. But then I tried pushing on it, and the hinges still rotated. So I'm like, well, it can't be bolted to the wall if the hinges rotate. So I decided, you know what? I'll come around, out from under the stairwell, go around the corner, and look on the other side of what would be where that door would lead. But that's just the library. And the library has brand new walls up, as well as new wallpaper. So I thought, I guess it wasn't used to come through here, unless they covered it up. So I go back around, and as I'm coming back around to the stairwell, I look to the left and notice that there's an arch, right? And it's about maybe 4.5 feet across where the door under the stairs leads to, between that wall and the wall of the library. I thought that it would be like a small space, but it's like a passageway big enough to fit 1 or 2 people side by side. So I look in, I grab my flashlight, and I peep in through the keyhole, and on the inside, there is the painted texture of old stone. Like, for example, this texture of stone right here, it's painted onto the back wall, like by hand with acrylic paint. So I don't know what that's about, but I saw that and I was intrigued, and I haven't gone back to try and open it yet. But there's some type of like passageway behind the wall, because it goes to the right. I could shine my flashlight and see. I was talking to Ezra, one of the students here. He was actually one of the students that was walking to the campfire with me that night, and I told him about the creature, and he was also with me at the tree when I took a picture of it and there was something on it. But I was talking to him about maybe trying to crack open the door, and he said that it could have been a servant's passageway, because when this house was built, the masters of the house, of the grounds, would not have walked the same routes as servants. The servants would be allowed to. So they would have routes in the walls so that they could get from room to room to help out each room, whether that would be to go do housekeeping, like cleaning it up, or bringing food, or helping if someone's sick. But they wouldn't have the main paths. They would have secondary paths. So that's 3 crazy stories of some interesting things going on. I will try and look into each of them more. I'll see if I can find any leads on where the giant duck went. I'll see if I can find any leads on the creature in the face, and I will see if I can figure out where the secret passages go. Yep, just thought I'd send a quick little update. Hope that everyone listening in today's episode or watching today's episode on YouTube is doing well. Thanks for your continued support of the show. I miss being on it, and I am excited to record some Christmas content when I come back in 3 weeks. So enjoy the rest of this episode.
Spilling the tea.
Spilling the tea, spilling the beans. Do you ever notice that beans got replaced by tea?
Well, you spill the
Spill the
beans
beans.
by like telling like a secret, but like a
But tea
secret.
is more drama.
Tea is gossip.
I see. Tea is gossip. Beans is, like a secret.
Like a secret. I think.
So
Could be.
So
I mean,
I
I'm
guess the
basically right
beans
about
and tea
everything,
can
but you know,
coexist.
you guys could check that on Google or something. But
I've been wrong before, but it's rare. It's rare. So Evan, do you have anything you want to start us off with?
well, I mean, I don't know. Stop it.
Stop it some more.
Well, I don't know. Life is going pretty smooth. Have you ever had like you're suspicious about how like everything's working pretty okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like,
Prepare yourself.
I know. I'm like, don't change.
Wait. Yeah.
What's gonna happen later? And I'm not prepared. Maybe that's a bad way to look at life. Like looking at the downside of it. Maybe like,
Maybe.
things are going well.
When's it gonna not go well?
Yeah. What is it? What's the thing
Yeah.
that's gonna like
Don't live
sneak
your life
up?
that way.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't, but it is a little suspicious because
It is.
just kind of enjoying. Like work's good, friends are good. Like I was talking to one of my friends, and they're like, because people always mention, like, Evan, when are you gonna find a wife? Like, when are you gonna be in a relationship? When are you gonna like do all these things? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why. But my friend was like, that's just like kind of not a very nice thing to say sometimes. When you're like,
Yeah.
not like I don't need one right now. I don't know if that
Mhm.
makes sense. I'm a little bit older than you, Ian. And
Yeah.
like you can just kind of find a rhythm. Not saying that I don't want a relationship or something, but it might
Right.
it might be better to come out of nothing or come out of whatever, like out of the blue,
Right.
sneak up on you, kind of a
Well,
thing,
yeah.
like, oh, here you are, like, oh, cool, like, awesome,
Oh,
like
sick.
that's
Hey,
gonna
how's
be
it
good.
going?
But I'm not like people almost say it to me like they feel bad for me or something.
Like, yeah, I see what you're saying.
I'm like, guys, I'm like doing
I'm doing good.
fine. And
Yeah.
like I love my friends and the family that I've created and the family that I have, like
Yeah.
my friends are my family too. Like
Yeah,
especially
nothing
like
wrong
I have
with
like another like family basically that I like consider my own family on top of my own family. So my family is getting really big, and I don't know. It's weird because it's just I don't know where I was going with that, but it just basically is what I'm saying is like sometimes it's okay for people to be single.
I agree.
I don't know. And happy.
I think it's right. Yeah. Yeah, just because you're single doesn't mean you have to be depressed. And
I'm not depression at all. Just like
that's good.
I know. Like I work out and I have a good time and I'm not a stick in the mud. I don't just sit on my couch all the day moping and whatever. I do stuff
Yeah.
and have fun and hang out with my people.
People. Yeah, I think that's awesome. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I think it's something that I've learned as well. I always thought, like, you have to get married, that's the end goal. But that's not necessarily the truth.
Right.
And not necessarily, you don't have to.
Right.
Yeah, right. Like
it's a choice that you can make
yeah.
and whatever. And people want to see you happy. And I'm like, do I not look happy?
Do I not look happy? Yeah.
Like I'm enjoying myself, having a good time. I like what I do. I like everything. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's awesome.
I think it's awesome too.
That's awesome.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my little story I got for you. Just that sometimes like it happens a lot at church. And I'm just saying, if If you're listening out there, people, chill out.
Cut it out. Okay.
You don't need to hook me up with somebody.
Yeah. Evan will find his way. And maybe the lucky lady will find her way to him.
Maybe.
Without the influence of other people.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'd be okay too. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe. You never know. You never know. You never know where God will bring you.
Yeah, he's got a plan. Trust it.
You could say this and literally meet someone tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking. So they'll have to run into me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. For all you people who think that being single is the worst, it's only the worst if you make it the worst.
Well, I'm just kind of past, I guess, matured past some of that, like, childish stuff that you, like, crave in the beginning, I guess. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Like, oh, I just need to have somebody to watch movies with or whatever. You're like, yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fine. Anyways.
It's a controversial take. But I agree with the take.
I don't know. I feel like
I do agree with it.
It's definitely my generation that's like getting married in their 30s. So I'm in the right stage of life.
Yeah.
Anywho,
well,
you got anything for me?
My car almost died yesterday.
But it didn't.
But it didn't. So it was the weirdest thing. So I was driving. Let me set the scene. I'm driving up this large mountain called Horsetooth Mountain. Well, it's actually behind Horsetooth Mountain in Colorado. But I was driving up this mountain. I get to the house. Everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We're working, using hammers and other tool-related items.
Good.
We're working. We were like, hey, we don't have this thing, and this thing. It's like 3 things that we need to go to the store for. But the problem is that Horsetooth is like 45 minutes away from town. So by the time you get off the mountain, it's more like an hour. So by the time you get off the mountain, get to town, get your stuff, drive back up the mountain, it's like 2.5 hours. So, and this house is like off of this hill, so you have to drive down this slope. Okay. It's like super sketchy. But I parked behind Alex, my coworker and brother. And we're like, we're going to take my car because I'm parked behind Alex. So we pull out, we drive down the mountain. Everything's going smooth. We're talking, telling stories, debating on what we need to get from the store. I'm hungry. I don't get food.
Did you mention you were
hungry?
We
go to the store. No, I did not.
That's your problem.
Anyways, we get to the store. We get the items we need. We walk out of the store. We load it up in the car. We start driving. We start talking about how crazy would it be if we won the lottery? What would you do with $300 million? And we started talking about, if I bought a house and I bought 2 cars, one for me and one for my wife, if I, paid off my house, furnished my house, and traveled the world, I'd still have a ton of money left. I could do all this and still have millions and millions of dollars left. We're talking, and he turns to me, stops talking, and I turn to him. And we start hearing this coming from my front end of my car. Like that, almost like that. And so we're like, that doesn't sound good. And we continue to say that doesn't sound good for quite some time until I'm able to pull over. And luckily, we pull over into a Chinese restaurant.
Oh.
I had to pick my wife's shoes. Anyways, we pull into this Chinese restaurant. We pop the hood. We look at the engine without doing anything, and we say, that's not good. We turn the car on. It's continuing to make the noise. We determine that that's not good as well. Mm-hmm. We check the dipstick. The oil's fine. We check the other fluids. Everything's fine. But it's still making this rat-a-tat-tat sound. So we look at each other and say, let's go get some Chinese food.
Good choice.
So I call my wife and say, hey, we need someone to pick us up, drive us back to the mountain so we can get Alex's car and finish up work so we can go home. So we eat our Chinese food. It was very delicious. And then we drive. My wife gets there. We get in the car. You know, I've talked to insurance. They'll tow it to wherever I need it to go. But we're like, we should probably move it out of this independent restaurant parking lot because we're not sure if they'll let us keep it there for very long. So we move it over to the McDonald's parking lot right next door. And we start up the car and it doesn't make any noise.
Oh.
It's like healed. Well, there is one issue though. There's this hose that is snapped in half. I'm not sure how that happened, but it's just like a intake hose.
Yeah.
I don't know cars. That's just what they said. So I duct tape that closed. We drive it over. You know, we're debating if I need to drive it home. If I can drive it home, is it going to break down on the way up? So we finish up our work. It's like, we get some food, get some dinner. It's like 6 o'clock at night. And start up the car, and I drive it all the way home, and I had no issues.
No issues.
No issues. So we thought that it was like a rod bearing.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're rod bearing, when you hear that start knocking, it's game over for your engine.
Yep.
It's game over. So we're like, oh, we're going to have to bring it. If we tow it back to Cheyenne, it's like $400.
Oh my gosh.
But if we tow it to the salvage yard, it's free, and they'll give me money for it. So we're like, we're just throwing the car away. But now it works fine, so.
That's weird that it would make that sound and then stop making that sound.
And then be fine. So I'm having my brother-in-law come and look at the car on Sunday.
Very good.
He's a mechanic, so. Mm-hmm.
Hey, nice to have a mechanic in the family.
Yeah.
Especially when dad's
so,
like 2,600 miles away from you.
Yeah, that does. He helps. He's good at communicating over the phone, which is nice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good, I guess.
Yeah. So, car almost died. Didn't die. I got Chinese food.
Dude, that is one thing that we don't have. We have a Chinese buffet.
Right.
But it's so different than like a sit-down Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
We had one.
Shout out.
Somehow I don't know if it was like rent was too expensive or something, but I don't know.
Was it good?
It was super good. It's called Sticks.
Nice.
Yeah. And then the one in Buffalo closed.
I didn't even know there was one in Buffalo.
Yes, you did. Golden China. No. Golden Garden. China Garden. It was in the blue house. You weren't that young.
Oh. Yes, I was. I was a wee little lad.
A wee little lad. That's not true. I think I took you guys there once.
You probably did. I just can't remember.
Gosh, the blue house with the yum yum. Delicious.
The blue house with the yum yum.
Dude,
delicious.
you're making me hungry for Chinese food right now. Like,
I know, dude.
I just need to make it. I'm good at making Chinese food, so.
Chinese food.
Chinese food. So I have. So this episode originally started out as like a story episode.
Yeah.
Before deciding to just make it like a freelance episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a few stories that we could maybe talk about.
Yes, please.
Maybe you have a few stories that we can talk about. So, when I was a child, I was born at a very young age. Oh my gosh. I couldn't even walk. So, when I lived in Colorado, because I lived there for like 11 years, I think I was between like 16, 17, maybe 15, between 15 and 17 years old.
Okay.
I would hang out with people all the time, right? Hang out with friends. And so one time we decided to come up with this game. I don't know if they saw it. Like, that was before, like, Reels, before TikTok, before, you know.
Right. You had to watch, like, a whole YouTube video to learn something.
Right. Anyways, we did this thing called splatting. So you'd go to the store. We chose Albertsons, I believe, that day. And you buy pastries from the bakery. And you take them out and you put them on a road and you wait for a car to run over them.
Oh.
And so as soon as the car runs over the pastry, you run out there and you try to eat it off the ground.
What the heck?
And for some reason we thought it was fun. And so we decided we didn't like that. The road we were on, we were like, this seems a little dangerous on this road. not the activity, it's just this road.
It's not that you thought pastries being smushed by cars was gross, it's just you didn't like the road.
Yeah. And so we went to a different one. We went to a one-way, so you didn't have to look two ways. Oh, it was smart. It was genius. Yeah. And so we did that, and we were just having the time of our lives, apparently. The things you do as a young person. And then the cops showed up. They're like, yo, what up, my people? Like, what are you doing out here? And so we explained what we were doing, and they're like, technically, you're not doing anything that we can, like...
So you're doing nothing wrong,
You're doing nothing wrong. We just had a concerned person saying that, I don't know, there were people in the road.
Eating the road.
Yeah. And they said, well, maybe it's not a smart idea to do that. And we agreed, and we left.
Wow.
I know. Actually, I think we may have done it a couple more times and then left. But just so you guys don't get any ideas, don't do that. It's stupid.
Don't, yeah.
And it's gross. You get, like, rocks and
you
stuff.
Straight up, like dirt and rocks.
Yeah. It's a horrible.
Probably other things.
Well, yeah. That's why I don't ever get sick and stuff.
You built your immune system off of road pastries.
Dude, it was stupid, but it was good. It was fun. Anyways, good story. It was, fun.
Wow.
Childhood memory.
Yeah, I guess so. I would never.
Peer pressure.
Now, yeah, I guess so. I guess I still wouldn't eat a road pie.
Yeah.
Or now, if it was an eclair, maybe.
Well, yeah, you could do whatever pastry you wanted. I think we did like turnovers or something. Apple fritters. Yeah. We didn't do like pie because that's a waste of money.
Yeah, it'd splatter too much.
And it'd splatter everywhere. Yeah. You had to get something that like it just like flattened it. It just flattened it. And then you go out there and you eat, you like do like a push up. You do like a push up and eat it off the ground.
Just straight up off the ground, off the dirty pavement.
I know.
Wow. Or I guess it's asphalt, not pavement.
Whoa. Don't have to cuss. Anyways.
Now, if you did it on a dirt road, that's like level 2.
Well, and you'd be waiting a long time for a car to come by.
Yeah, it'd just be extra satisfying. You're like,
extra dirty.
Let's be honest. If any car saw a piece of food on the road, hold on.
He has disappeared, ladies and gentlemen. Out of frame.
I was getting a phone call.
So, okay, but I didn't mention this part. It was also nighttime and dark. So you couldn't really see anything.
Did you lay like a line of pastries? Or
you brought your pastry out there and you placed it in a spot you thought a car would run over it.
Now, me as a driver, I do drive my car.
Yes.
If I see a piece of food on the road,
you're going to run it over.
I am running that over. There's no doubt.
Right. So what we do is like there's like 5 of us. And so we would all go and put a piece out there. And the first person to get it run over and part of it eaten, like, won.
That's the win.
Yeah. So you placed it in a spot you thought you would get run over.
Right.
Yeah.
There's 5 of you, so that's 5 pastries on the road.
Yeah. Good chances of getting run over. 2-lane, one way.
So were you did like most of the time most of them get ran over by one car? No. Okay. Oh no. You're glitching out again?
1-1. Hello.
There,
we
you're
go.
back. You're back. There it is.
I have it monitored. Okay. All right, we're back.
What was the last thing you just said?
So, there was a side note. It's gone. I think. I was like, something about my friends. We were talking about something. Oh, I remembered, everybody. And this actually leads right into what I was going to say. So,
Oh, good.
So I remembered because I remember everything. I don't know if you have the same brain that I have since we're brothers. But like, do you like remember everything that like people say and your days and everything? I think maybe that's what's wrong with me.
You have too good of a memory.
I just have like a brain that remembers everything you said. Like I was talking to them because I work at a place where they're all like my boss are friends with, like that is a part of our friend circle. Like my bosses and my friends here are like, they're all a part of the same circle. So my friends have kids in sports and my boss has kids in the same sports. And so she'll talk at work about like what's going on, the practices, what time they are, all this kind of stuff, just kind of casually and whatnot. And I'll like mention it at their house, at the friend's house, and they'll be like, "Oh, I didn't even know that," or "I didn't even remember that." I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I guess I just remember everything." Like I can like see, I can go back to that night that I was splatting and remember.
I can taste the pastries.
I can taste the pastries. I can see the spot. I can see the cars driving by, who I was with, the location I was at. Like, I don't remember every single day. Right. But if something happened of like, I don't know. I remember a lot. Even some days that weren't important.
See, I can remember some days that weren't important, but I can only remember like probably like 10 minutes of an important day.
No.
And I can't remember almost anything from like young childhood. I can remember like specific tiny little moments, but not much of at all.
I remember North Dakota. I remember the pink house in North Dakota.
Oh, we had a pink house
in Belfield. And I think I was only 3. So I was born there, and then I think we moved to Dickinson when I was 3. But I remember like a tiny little town. But Mom would go get her perm done.
No way.
At the like beauty shop or whatever. And so we would like go there, and then I would walk from there up this road and go see my friends. And like I don't remember every day of that. Like I just remember some experiences there. But I remember like, what was her name? And this is a bad look on me. I think it started with a B, like Brittany or something. And but she would hold, like we would play like with like little plastic guns, you know, how you do. But she would hold the gun upside down, like hold the handle on top,
like the pinky on the trigger,
and the pinky on the trigger, and would like. It was amazing. It was funny, and I was so young. I don't even know why I remember that stupid stuff.
See, I remember like little stuff like that. Like I remember I was playing with Bionicles. Okay, If you guys don't know what Bionicles is, it's the best toy ever created. Okay.
Not a sponsor.
You can take those things apart. You can build any figurine you want. But anyways, I digress. I was playing with this. I remember specifically that for some reason this Bionicle did not have a leg. He may have lost his leg in battle against the evil guys. But I used this tall white laundry basket as this like bottomless pit that he kept throwing the bad guys into as he was fighting. And I can't remember why I didn't have a leg. Must have got it cut off. Ching.
Chink. Whoa. That's the sound it makes.
Yeah, this of swords.
Of swords,
obviously.
yeah.
Shing. That's what Evan said.
That's what I said. I know. I don't know what you guys heard.
Yep. S-H-I-N-G. Shing. Or S-A-G-E-I-N-G.
Yeah.
Or S-A-G-E-N-G. Jing. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I can remember like little things like that. Like I remember playing. So here in Cheyenne, when I lived with my parents, we lived here for like 7 years before I moved out. But I had my friends up, Andrew actually, up from Colorado, and we were playing baseball in the field, and we used these giant prairie dog holes as the bases. And I remember we were using this like squishy, like latex yellow ball and a metal baseball bat. And I remember, I think it was Andrew, he threw or it was Aiden. It was either Andrew or Aiden. And he threw this yellow ball so hard, and it curved around the batter and just whacked me in the face.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
And I cried.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It hurt me. There's actually, I have some memories from that house. That house was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty. I guess that's pretty cool.
They started construction. They built this humongous hill. They were like doing construction, and they constructed this mountain of a hill. But as they were doing that construction, we were always able to like go under the barbed wire fence and walk this giant field of prairie dogs. And you could find like prairie dog skeletons all over the place. But I remember we got over near like the construction area, and there was like this super old, like weather-worn piece of post, like almost like a fence post. But it didn't have any holes like a fence post would have where like barbed wire would go through. And it was pretty tall. It was probably a little taller than I am. And it was like just a super tall like wooden like obelisk. And it like on the ground, it was like a perfect little circle around it. Oh. And all around the post was like covered in like bones of prairie dogs.
What?
It was like the creepiest thing.
Like a witch
I think we have
circle.
a picture of it somewhere. Yeah. Like the prairie dogs were doing something spooky. It's their obelisk. Yeah. What do you have another story for us, Evan?
I don't know if we told this story before. So there was a time in the past that me, Ian, Emery, Aiden, Mom took a road trip. We took this road trip from Cheyenne, I believe, to Outer Banks, North Carolina.
I think this is the story. I think.
And so that's a long drive, first off.
It isn't very long.
I think we stopped and saw our grandparents first.
Mm-hmm.
And then we drove their vehicle. Did we fly to North Carolina?
No, we drove, dude.
We drove, but why did we? I think we were talking about maybe flying and borrowing one of their vehicles and taking it.
Yeah, like
to Outer Banks.
swapping.
Yeah, but we decided to just drive the van.
Yeah.
So we're driving, and it was actually pretty good. I think it was at the trip. That wasn't the trip that we stopped and did like the proper road trip, because that was with Dad.
Right.
So that was a different time.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just drove straight there, basically. stopped a few times because you have to get gas and stuff. But we drove all the way there, visited grandma. I think there was a graduation or something. And then we started driving to the Outer Banks. It was like 2.5 hours away from our grandparents. And so we're heading out and we're getting pretty close. Like I would say we're probably 20 minutes from Outer Banks.
Yeah,
like
super close.
Like there's this little skinny road. There's trees everywhere in North Carolina if you've ever seen it. Like the sides of the roads are just trees constantly, nonstop, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's is it raining a little bit? I think it was raining a little bit.
Slightly, I believe so.
And it was dark, and we're driving through this like skinny road, and there's trees on both sides, 2 lanes. So there's a car right next to you going the opposite direction as you are. You're driving. And someone got the bright idea to show my mom a picture of a fox.
A stupid-looking, tall-legged fox.
And that person was in the back seat. My mom was driving the car. And so we're all kind of looking at the picture. Let's be honest. We were all kind of...
Yeah, we were all looking.
We were all kind of like... I was in the passenger seat. My mom was in the driver's seat. I think Ian and Aiden were the ones that were in the next seat behind. And they were looking. We were all looking at this fox. And my mom was also turning the wheel towards these semi coming at us from the other road. And I basically saved our lives by I'm not joking. I had to pull this steering wheel or we were going to die. I was like, Mom, and pulled the steering wheel and then the shoom, you know.
Yeah. You know that moment when you like almost crash and then you can't vibe anymore?
Yeah,
That's what happened.
No vibes.
We were all like
until we like
silent.
Went through and we saw the Outer Banks. We're like, all right, bet this is cool.
Yeah, we're good.
But we kind of stopped doing everything for a while there.
Near-death experience, dude. I don't have many near-death experiences, but that was one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. There was another time I was driving, and we didn't like go into other traffic, but we were like heading back from Montana, and there's like a big hill, and we kind of like, and it was snowing, so there was like a little bump in the road that like lifted your car up just enough to make you slide and just slid. I think you were actually in the car, but I was just so calm about it that
didn't even notice.
Yeah, I don't think even Mom noticed that she was in the passenger side, but my heart was like
Oh, I bet, dude. That was so
I was like, and I'm gonna kill my whole family, and we're back. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I actually have. So I would say I'm a fairly okay driver. You know, for Wyomingite.
You're welcome.
Wyomingite?
You're welcome.
Wyomingite.
I taught you how to park.
Yeah, Evan did teach me how to park, so I can park pretty well. But anyways, I was driving. There's this gas station, Maverick gas station, and it's kind of on this hill, so you have to kind of come up this hill, and then it goes downhill just slightly, just enough to where you can't really see the cars on the other side of the hill. And me and this one car are driving, and we get into the turning lane, and I don't know why, but I have a hard time hearing like sirens from fire trucks and stuff.
It's because we had so many screaming children at our house for so long.
I've just drowned out. Sounds so familiar. It's gone. But we get into this turning lane, and we begin to turn, and this fire truck comes over the hill, and like into the turning lane, and me and this guy like crank the wheel, and like hit the curb, like parked up against the curb, and he flies right behind us, dude. We almost got clobbered by this thing. That was scary. That was
scary.
Yeah. I've never gotten in a wreck.
Me either.
Thank the Lord.
Thank you, Jesus.
But you know, I've had a few close encounters.
I've been in a few accidents, just not I wasn't driving.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, so apparently, and I think I remember it, but I think I remember people, like, I don't think I remember the actual memory. I think I remember what people have said about the accident. Because when I was a wee boy, 3-ish, I think it was 3. I decided that I was really good at unbuckling my car seat. I guess. So I like
an escape artist.
undid the car seat. And in that same moment, my parents were driving a van, I believe, and a delivery truck, so like a UPS or FedEx, like that kind of truck, swerved into our lane and hit us head on. Whoa. And I went from the back seat to the front windshield.
Holy cow.
I think she jacked up one of her knees because she like braced herself with her feet against the seat in front of her.
Oh.
And so me and Ivy went to the hospital in an ambulance.
Whoa.
And yeah, so that accident. And then
maybe that unlocked your memory.
Maybe that's my superpower.
Abilities. Your superpower,
the thing that like. Okay, so do you see? Side note, we'll come back to my other experience of rear-ending people. So superpower. Where was I going with that?
Oh no!
Oh my gosh, I'm dead inside. I don't remember what it was. I don't know. It's fine. Oh, I remembered. So like, have you seen those videos, like reels and stuff, where they're like, what do guys like think about? And like, it's usually like nothing, right? Like, how can you sit there and think about nothing? And I've never experienced that in my life. Like, I can't, like, there's never nothing up there.
Oh, I agree. But sometimes there's so much that it feels like you can't focus on one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think that's a different thing.
Oh.
Like, sometimes guys, like, I think Dad can do it. Just out.
Like, turn off his brain.
Zone out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I can't do that. Like.
Yeah, I think I've maybe only ever zoned out once. But it's because I only ever zone out because I'm thinking of something.
Right. Like the Roman Empire.
Yeah. And superpowers.
Right. I just make up stories that are pretty sad. But I bring it back around.
Yeah, bringing it back around.
Yeah.
Bringing it back around right into your story of getting in a car accident.
So I was driving. So this is when I lived in Colorado.
Okay.
And I was hanging out with I was going to say something so stupid. With Derek. Do you remember Derek?
Derek, yeah.
So anyways.
I think so.
We were driving. And we looked over and noticed that Ivy and her husband was over there at the sports store.
Was over there. Mm-hmm.
And so we were looking over there. And not on the road.
Oh, no.
And so we rear-end someone on that one.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that was it. I think that's just those two experiences. Mom and Dad have crazy, like, car stories.
Dang.
Yeah. Like, Mom probably should have died one at a time. For sure. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it, like, hit the, like, her door and the back door and like ripped the side of the car off. And if she like had her seatbelt on, it would have like decapitated her spine. I don't know if that's the wrong word, but severed. Severed her.
Decapitated her spine.
Severed her in half. Severed her.
Severed. It
her.
was severed her in half.
Severed her in half. That's the right way to say it. So
she wasn't wearing her seatbelt?
Right, thank the Lord. And then crazy. Dad had an experience where like a big truck like ran their car over, like on top of it. And like there was a bunch of them in there and none of them I think got hurt on that one. Which is crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
Man, that's on my brain. Yeah, dude.
Anyway.
I like how in your previous story about you going into the windshield, you had said that you had unbuckled yourself from the seatbelt, and that you made it sound like just by coincidence, Mom and Dad were driving a car.
Well, I
They
mean,
just
who else?
happened to be driving this
They
van.
just happened to be driving. Happened to be getting hit head on by another vehicle.
Oh, I just thought it was funny.
So I think I have like such a visual brain that like I've created that scene in my head of me like unbuckling and then the headlights coming into the windshield and then hitting the windshield and then like I was like 3. I don't even know if I could have done this. Like looking out of the ambulance.
Like out the back window?
Yeah, see, that's why I think I made up like I know that actually happened, but the like visuals in my brain are fake.
Like a movie.
Yeah, I can do it, dude.
For some reason,
and then like
I imagine you.
And then I can see the car with like the crack in the windshield with some hair in it, and like I don't know what's wrong with me.
You're just made to be a filmmaker.
Yeah, but nothing that is up here can come out of my hands for some reason. So
I just imagine you on like the Golden Gate Bridge for some reason as well.
No, I don't think so.
You weren't on the Golden Gate Bridge? Okay.
Pretty sure it was in North Dakota, so.
So there was no bridge?
No.
Over a large body of water?
No. Maybe some, like, oil rigs or something.
That makes more sense. And trees.
Trees, yeah.
Man, you should make a movie about this specific moment.
Just this, like a short film?
Yeah.
No. That'd be so boring.
It'd be so good.
It's
just you.
If I can learn to
unstrapping yourself
in
Unreal,
I'll just make stupid. Like I have really visual dreams too, like we've talked about before too. So I wish I could I knew how to animate so I could make my dreams
come true.
Well, no.
Well, yeah. Well, we're gonna do Dreams Part 2 soon. Hopefully. Yeah. Well, I think you should make a short film of you unstrapping yourself and your parents happen to be driving the car and a delivery truck on the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh my God.
Hits you head on.
Head on.
And you're like slowly flying through the air, like looking at your parents as they're yeah.
No, dude, that'd be so violent. I just can't believe
it's like the slow motion shot, and then
I should have died probably.
God had a plan for you, man. It wasn't gonna be dying on the Golden Gate Bridge.
No, it wasn't that. Yeah. And then speaking of near death, apparently when I shoved that piece of glass into my wrist by accidentally breaking a fish tank. I was cleaning it out. I was being so good. I was sitting playing video games on the couch in Eaton, Colorado. And so that's that tri-level house. It was 4 floors though, because there was a basement. But I'm on the lower level. That's ground level. And I'm sitting on our whitish gray couch. Mom has that big entertainment center with all the cubbies in it, and we have that square TV, and I'm playing James Bond in 64
nice.
007, the best one. And then Mom's like, Evan, can you please clean that fish tank out? And I was like, yeah, sure. I paused the game.
Whoa.
Instantly.
Whoa.
Went outside, was spraying it down with some water, and I noticed that there was some dirt stuck on it. So I flipped it over, and I was patting the glass on the bottom to try to knock it out, and I put my hand through it. And I was uh-oh. Grabbed my wrist, went inside, and was I need to go to the hospital. Actually, I don't even think I did that. I think I was oh no. And I walked up the stairs, because there was that railing that went to the kitchen. This is the dining room, and then there was that galley kitchen. And I went in there and put my hand over the sink, and I was bleeding. And just from the tone of my voice, because I don't think I said I cut myself. I don't think I said anything like that. Mom was like, "Uh-oh, we gotta go to the hospital." Like she just knew.
No way.
Like mom
She could
superpowers.
sense it. Yeah.
And so she got me a towel, and I put my hand on it, and she like just wrapped it around so it wouldn't bleed everywhere. And she did not obey the traffic laws and got me to the hospital that was 25 minutes away.
Sheesh.
But the doctors, after they had done, they're like, "Dude, you were like a centimeter away from your main artery in your arm." And so like just a little prick on that main artery, and I definitely would have at least passed out and like lost a lot of blood.
A lot of blood.
So I don't think, they said it didn't sever like any veins, which is crazy.
Whoa.
But I did get 37 stitches.
Holy cow.
Because they had to stitch the inside and the outside.
Whoa.
I know. Crazy.
Man. I never had like a crazy bad injury like that, I think. I cut my thumb open once, but it wasn't like life-threatening.
Right.
I fell down the stairs though once and like gashed my head into the corner of the wall. Do you remember that, Evan?
No.
Oh, really? I have like this big scar on the side of my head.
What house was it?
I couldn't tell you. But I remember I fell down the stairs and hit my head really hard. Boom! My head hits the ground.
Yeah.
And
that one
and Mom, and I can't remember who it was. Maybe Derek. Shaved my head.
Oh,
and put a Band-Aid on
I
it.
think I do remember
Yeah.
that part. I don't.
Like
so
shaving that little spot and putting a Band-Aid
I
on
think that was the house in Colorado that was behind the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of wood paneling. No?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was either Derek or Dustin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shaved your head for sure.
Yeah, and then just slapped a Band-Aid on there and I was good to go.
Yep. No problem.
No, I've never been to a hospital for an accident.
Good.
I'm
Keep it that way.
Blessed, yeah. I probably should have got stitches on my thumb, but I just put super glue on it. I'm like,
yeah,
we're good to go, baby.
Yeah, mine definitely needed stitches.
Yeah, dude, you could not have gone with just some super glue and a Band-Aid.
No. Dude, I got to the hospital and they're like, it's fine. They cleaned it real quick and wrapped it. They had to wait, because I had to wait for somebody to like stitch it up. So they just put like a piece of gauze over it and then wrapped it. And then I sat in the waiting room like this.
So that it wouldn't bleed.
Yeah. Yeah. With my hand above my heart so that it wouldn't bleed. Yeah. And I sat there for like 20 minutes probably, maybe even longer. And then finally got in and they stitched it up.
Stitch them up and boom.
And then Alex was like, "Quit being such a baby with your arm." Like, because I was like holding it like against my body so like it wouldn't bump it. I think we were in Sam's Club or something. He's like, "Quit being such a baby. Just like walk normal." I'm like, "Well, I don't want to hit it. It's fine." And then he started trying to like throw stuff at me to try to hit my arm. I'm like, "You're so stupid."
What is with siblings who want to like just torture you?
I don't know.
Just like other siblings. Like if you get hurt, they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, you're being such a baby." It could be like the worst thing ever. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're so dramatic."
Dude, you just lost your hand. It's not a big deal.
You're so dramatic. You just want the attention.
Yeah. Yeah. None of my siblings are like that anymore.
No, we're all grown ups now.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't even know if Alex would remember that, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I said, I remember all.
Like I said, you have
trauma.
superpowers from the accident.
I remember all trauma.
You remember all trauma because the trauma of the accident on the Golden Gate Bridge started it all.
Yep. Yeah, some days my brain hurts, but it's okay.
Wait, what?
But I'll bring something up from people, or I would like remember something. They'll be like, "Bro, I said that in passing. How did you like remember that?" I'm like, I don't know.
It's my superpower.
I guess I don't know. So
yeah.
Anywho,
it's kind of sweet though. Yeah,
I guess. Well, that's all my stories. I don't got.
Yeah, I think that kind of clears up the episode.
I have a lot of other stories, actually. They're just normal, boring stories. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've done a lot of stuff, but whatever.
We've told a lot of stories, guys, so we're running out.
Running out of time.
But maybe things keep happening, like my car almost dying.
Yeah.
We'll get another story for you guys. But I think that kind of clears up the episode.
Clears it up.
Thank you guys for watching and listening. Make sure to check us out on YouTube now at CoffeeTime Official. Instagram, CoffeeTime Official. TikTok, CoffeeTime Official. And then whatever podcast platforms you guys listen on, we're most likely there. So make sure to check out the other episodes, and we hope to see you guys in the next one. Sayonara, guys.
Bye.